Hello, beautiful people. This is going to be a little bit different, but I'm in the process of getting some new equipment again. But I'm ever striving to improve the quality of this channel, just like Bigfry ever strived to improve the quality of first-person shooters through his extensive perspective of first-person shooters, particularly indie-developed first-person shooters. He has put money forward into his own studio to create a first-person shooter called Transience, which I believe is going to be single-player only, which is fairly good because I'm not entirely sure it would work for multiplayer. Now let's get into it. So jumping into the graphics looks okay. It's about maybe middle of the pack. So I don't know if it's intentional, but it feels a little bit grainy. So I don't know if they added some sort of film grain to it. I wish they had an option to turn it off. In fact, I wish their graphics options was a little bit more extensive. But it is a demo, so it might be better in the full game. But what is there is the kill house mode, which is it's a mode that changes every time you go in, so it randomizes this little block of rooms. The randomization means that the entrance to the the kill house is gonna be can be on different sides. So you go down a set of stairs, and the entrance might not be on that specific side of the square. You might have to go around. This timer actually starts when you go down the stairs rather than enter the kill house, which I think is a little bit dumb and needs to be fixed, but it is what it is. And you can also start shooting at enemies on the stairs leading down to the kill house, depending on if you can see them from that angle. When you actually enter the kill house, there can be dead ends and areas that have no enemies and stuff, which is a little bit awkward. And yeah, it's that element's not that great. But what about the AI? The AI is actually not too bad. Now, they don't hit scan, which is fantastic. They do, however, hone towards doorways, which is also really good. The problem is that when they detect you, they notably audibly say that they detect you, which is also very good. But when you start killing people, when their awareness level goes up, they all kind of huddle together, like not like huddle, like they gather together, and they all kind of line up towards doorways, and don't necessarily, so it makes it a little bit easy to kill big groups or get killed super quick, as opposed to them taking like the front man takes cover near the doorway. If they think you're in the next room, they'll take cover near the doorway, while maybe someone will be in the back, just around another corner, while everyone else is stacking up against the wall closest to you. They all just kind of stand fairly centered into doorways, which can make things interesting, but also it kind of makes them feel a little bit stupid. Um, Guns are okay. Honestly, I didn't pay too much attention to the noises, but I don't think the noise had a huge amount of impact. Again, it's still a work in progress, so all that can be fixed. It could just be temporary stuff, and sound isn't, it's not super important, but it can add a lot. I didn't like. I liked the fact that you can customize the guns on the go. At least in this mode, I doubt they'll be in the single player. At least I hope it's not in the single player. Um, the reason for that being is that the attachments actually do add different, like, you can notice the difference between a gun without a grip, a foregrip, and a gun with a foregrip. And then, of course, you can use the different sights. You're generally going to use the ones in my opinion, and that's kind of the problem. Is you're just gonna find ones that you're gonna use, and you're just gonna use that all the time. That's why I kind of hope it's not like that in the single player campaign. I also feel like the kicking is a little bit too extreme on some of the weapons, and it doesn't really matter like what you select in regards to foregrip and the butt of the rifle. Like the shotgun, it's a semiotic shotgun, which you would imagine would have a decent amount of kick, but like round 2 is like up here rather than like 1, 2. Like shotguns do kick, like kick hard if you've never fired a shotgun, but like even as a 12-year-old, it didn't go from there all the way up there like it does with this one after one round. So and the stocks don't really seem to make any sort of difference visually or actual in the gunplay, but maybe I need to dive a little bit more time into that. Yeah, I do like that the AI is voice acted and actually responds to you. Hey, I hear this, and it does seem to have different levels of awareness, which is good and far more impressive than a lot of other indie asset flip first-person shooters. And that's their goal, to be not necessarily like AAA, but at least like getting there, or at least being able to compete with it. And I think they can get there. I personally didn't like the gunplay too much. I felt that the movement was fairly slow, and a little bit too noisy when you're walking. The movement is actually fairly decent and decently loud, reasonably loud when running. I do think the AI should have a more medium response to you using silencers, however, which they don't. The silencers are like every other game where they're basically silent, and that also might be why I didn't really notice the gun sounds all that much, because I typically use silencers on everything. So, but I did take it off for the pistol once, and again, it's not like super like ultra realistic like they used to do on some of the Medal of Honors and Call of Duties and stuff. But yeah, they do have a little bit of ways to go. I would say graphics options needs to be improved, like field of view sliders and other stuff. I don't, again, the film grain, I don't know if that's intentional or if that's just my computer, but it doesn't look good. It can be fairly easy to get kind of lost. I don't like how they designed the kill house. I don't know. It doesn't feel. It's something about it feels off. It doesn't feel like I'm in a real building. Even though like it probably is laid out like a real building. So I don't know what it is. I can't recommend anything for them on that. Maybe turn up the lights a little bit in the actual area that's not the kill house. But that would just show more how their graphics aren't all that great. So maybe that's why they're not wanting to do it. The other things is I didn't have a lot of fun with it. It is meant to be a more tactical first-person shooter, so if you like those, you'll probably like this. But I don't think it's the best. It definitely has a way to go. I prefer Rainbow Six, Vegas, which that might kind of tell you where my experience with tactical first-person shooters are, but old. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that they're actually putting effort into it and they're trying to make a good game, but I don't think, based on what they have in the demo, that it's worth wishlisting. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's going to be a little bit different, but again, we're also a work in progress, and you know, as long as you're striving to be good and actually put out something that's worth it, that's not just shovelware that's out there to make a quick buck. I think it's a very noble thing, for indie developers and all that stuff, because there's just so much shovelware, so much crap on in video games and on Steam and everything. It's just a little bit, even if it's not the best, it's definitely a step in the right direction and should be encouraged. And if other people enjoy that style of game, definitely check it out. The demo is live. It's been live for a little while now, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye.